What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Brewers Franchise. It is time for the offseason, 2026 offseason. Let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, we lost in the NLCS. Yes, we went really hard to make a World Series push. No, that does not mean that we're screwed moving forward. Yes, our manager did just retire heading into the offseason. Yes, we fired our hitting coach after that horrible performance in the playoffs. Yes, our first base coach Brian Snitker retired. Yes, our pitching coach and farm director's contracts ran out. So we got a new staff to hire. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, we got our offers in. Hopefully we get everybody. Mark Kotsay, one of my favorite utility players growing up, played a season or two for the Brewers. He's going to give us +3 plate discipline and power. -3 stamina, which will be countered a little by Stephen Vogt, who was actually a hitter in the MLB. And then Carl Willis is actually a pitching coach and was a pitcher in the MLB, but he's a pretty good hitting coach in this game. So if we can get both of these guys, that's going to be +6 power to our lineup, which would be pretty dope. All right, the next thing to address, obviously, is the roster. We traded for Jose Ramirez during the season, and it didn't really work out how I would like it. He didn't really do that well after we traded for him, and he did horribly in the playoffs. Our pitching staff is really solid. Freddie Peralta is expiring, but we will give him the qualifying offer. So if and when he gets signed, we'll get draft pick compensation for that. Abner Uribe got blown up in the playoffs, blew 2 crucial saves, kind of lost my faith in him. You know, I mean, honestly, it really just comes down to this. Pretty much everybody is available except for, like, my OGs. So, like, obviously my pitchers, Dylan Cease, Logan Gilbert, I'm going to keep. Bo Bichette, we're keeping. We got him on a big deal. Sal Frelick, we're going to keep. William Contreras, we're going to keep. Christian Yelich, we're going to keep. But honestly, anybody, Jackson Churio, we're going to keep. But, you know, honestly, anybody who's not an OG or, like, somebody we drafted, Hideki Watanabe, we're going to keep. Ooh, we got some of our draftees added to the roster. That's nice. Hideki Watanabe, we're going to keep. But, like, pretty much anybody else is fair game to get traded. That means anybody like Jose Ramirez, Abner Uribe, Luis Arias, or even Nelson Velasquez, who we've had since, I don't know, I mean, it feels like since the beginning of the franchise, could be out of here. As far as free agents go, Freddie Peralta, we made the qualifying offer, $21.3 million. Hobie Milner, we offered him a 1-year minor league deal, basically. Everybody else we're going to let test free agency. I really want to bring Joel Pineapples back, but my guy wants 4 years, $4.4 million at 33 years old, and he's already starting to regress even after having a pretty decent year. I mean, honestly, he did regress a little bit statistically, so I do love the guy, and maybe if we can bring him back for cheap, we will, but we're not signing him for that much. All right, we are 1 day into the offseason, and we already got some big news. Mark Kotsay has accepted the offer to become our manager. Dino Ebel, we appreciate your service. Hope you enjoy retirement, my brother. 1 day later, and Stephen Vogt has accepted our offer as our pitching coach. Fun fact, he hit a home run. He played for the A's and hit a home run in his very last at-bat of his career. Oh, hello, we've got a trade offer from the Orioles. They want to give us Dylan Tate or Eric Batonti, which I'm honestly not a horrible trade because, I mean, he's a nothing prospect for us. But Dylan Tate he costs too much for what he is, which is a declining, older relief pitcher. All right, we've locked down Carl Willis as our hitting coach. Beautiful stuff. Got to get some power. And there's Giancarlo Vaccaro as our farm director. I think we got one more coach that we want to hire. And right on time, the day that free agency starts, Sergio Navarro is going to accept our offer. Got a trade offer from the Orioles. Tyler Wells for Joey Ortiz. No thanks, man. All right, time to look at free agents. Let's go ahead and pass this. All right, let's go ahead and see. Ooh, Adolis Garcia, huh? Interesting. Okay, Tarek Skubal is another super interesting one. He's coming off of a Cy Young winning season. we could have the American League and National League defending Cy Young winners on our staff. Yandy Diaz, really strong, but also very old. Jose Alvarado. Dalton Varsho is interesting because he can also play catcher. He's turned into a really solid player, but he's got a 6-year contract offer from the Blue Jays. There's Freddie Peralta. We made him the qualifying offer. Ha-Seong Kim could be a strong player for us, but again, a little older. 6 years offered already by the Padres. Ooh, Jazz Chisholm. You like Jazz? I like Dustin May. I like Nico Horner. Interesting options here. We need to take a look and see. I don't know, man. We've only got, with our pending offers here. Actually, what we need to do, so we've got $56.4 million in available budget. We've got $22 million in pending offers, which is our qualifying offer to Freddie Peralta. Let's assume he doesn't take that. That means we've got $56 million in budget to spend. But then we also need to tender contracts really quick. So let me go ahead and do that. We got to go in, offer our salary arbitrations, tender our contracts, and then we'll see what kind of budget we're working with. All right, things are looking a lot worse now that we've got all those offers out. Remember, $21.3 million of these pending offers is the qualifying offer made to Freddie Peralta. If we end up signing him, then fine, it's worth it. But he will probably reject that or sign with somebody else. And so we've got about $21 million in pending offers, meaning we've got about $30 million to spend. So not terrible. The goal this offseason, we want to kind of maintain our pitching staff, refine it a little bit. And then we kind of want to go back to our roots a little bit, add a little bit more power maybe, but also get some speed and defense back in our lives. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what kind of offers we want to put out, and maybe if any trades we want to go ahead and knock out now. All right, so we slept on it, got a good night's rest, thought about what we want to do. We've got some offers in. Jordan Romano on a 1-year deal. He's a closer, but we'll just move him to a regular relief pitcher. We are losing Joel Pineapples and TJ Antone, and we're also moving Trevor Rogers from the bullpen to the rotation to replace the departing Freddie Peralta. So we also have a 1-year offer out for Matt Strom. Edmundo Sosa, where we have an offer out pretty much to replace Yoan Moncada. Obi Milner, of course, we're just signing kind of as a loyalty thing, minor league contract. Scott Correa and Akio Ka are two people that I drafted and signed that ended up in free agency. It happens every year. I don't know what causes that. If you know, please let me know in the comments below. And then Felix Marquez, I guess he's an undrafted free agent or unsigned. And to be honest, he's quite a project because he's only a 52 overall and he doesn't have any good hitting stats. He's pretty much carried by his speed rating right now, but he does have a potential. So we've got an offer out there for him. So we've got $51 million in available budget. $21 million is allotted towards Freddie Peralta and his qualifying offer, which probably won't go through. So our pending offers is really sitting around $37 million. I would really love to be able to sign Adolis Garcia. I think he would fit in really well with our team. I do need to clear up some cap space though. So, he's 34. Former playoff MVP. I don't know. Maybe we need to make a trade real quick before we put an offer out on him. All right, Mike Trout, despite his best efforts, has seen no success in the playoffs. The Angels have signed Kyle Tucker last year, and that's a pretty good signing for them, but they're still pretty bad. We're going to give him some help. Jose Ramirez did not gel in with our team well. He bombed in the playoffs. We're going to trade his $20 million salary and the 2 years left on his deal, and just Bryce Wilson because I don't use him, and his $1.7 million contract. We're going to get back some prospects. Bucky Irizarry was drafted in the very first draft as an 18-year-old. He's 74 overall with a potential at 20 years old. Ben Joyce is obviously a real-life player. He has outlier because he pitches really fast. He's 26 years old, B potential, but could potentially contribute for us at some point. And then we're going to get Brett Castle, who is 21 years old, lefty with A potential. But Chris, you're trying to compete. Why are you trading for all these prospects? There's a plan. We'll probably flip Irizarry and maybe Castle at some point this offseason. We're loaded at third base, honestly, so it doesn't make sense to trade for him just to keep him. But this is what we're doing. We're clearing some budget. Just trust me. All right, we made the trade. We got kind of a low ball offer in here for Adolis Garcia. As of right now, that's all we're going to do, I think. But we are probably going to make some more trades in the future. Let's move forward a couple of days, see how free agency starts to shake out. We move forward 2 days, and Adolis Garcia has accepted our 1-year, $12 million deal. That's a huge discount. It looks like he just wants to play for a contender, baby. All right, the Royals find themselves in a pretty interesting position where they are just stacked at second base, third base, and shortstop. And I'm talking Colt Keith, who they got from the Tigers, Michael Massey, Bobby Witt Jr., who we've just moved over to third base for them, Michael Garcia, and Robbie Johnson, the generational 18-year-old prospect with 99 potential, who's already an 82 overall at shortstop. So we're going to help them out a little bit. Our old trade partners, we're sending them Luis Arias, who we moved over to first base. We played him a bunch at first base. He can immediately step in at first base / DH / second base, left field, wherever they need him to fill in for wherever. And he will provide immediate offense for them. Nelson Velasquez, who was on the Royals before we traded for him, headed back to the Royals, probably to be a DH for them. We feel good about trading him now that we have Adolis Garcia on board, and we're pretty deep in the outfield. It's going to clear up a lot of budget for us as well. Of course, we do need to, I believe Michael Garcia is in arbitration. Yeah. So he's controllable for 3 years. We get 3 years of arbitration, 99 fielding on the hot corner. That's what we're talking about. Getting back to our roots, good fielding, good speed. I mean, he's only 66 speed, but I mean, it's better than Luis Arias at least. 65-47 against righties, 98-55 against lefties, but also 85 clutch. So that's good as well. We're also going to be sending them Kenneth Eden, who we drafted a couple years ago. He is 20 years old with B potential, 61 overall. Asa Lacy, the former Texas A&M pitcher, is coming back to us. He has still controllable for 5 more years. He's 76 overall with B potential, already 27 years old and still hasn't debuted in the MLB. But he's going to go near the top of our farm system as far as pitchers go. All right, the next big signing of the offseason is here, and it is Freddie Peralta, headed to the Braves on a 5-year deal. We were not willing to sign him to a 5-year, $17 million a year deal. We will get draft pick compensation, though, because we did give him the qualifying offer. So that's beautiful stuff to see. Oh, hey, Brian Abreu going to the Yankees. Yankees are in shambles in this dynasty, by the way. All right, Los Angeles Dodgers closer Evan Phillips headed to the Diamondbacks. Tarek Skubal headed to the Blue Jays. Blue Jays lost Bo Bichette and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to free agency last year. Still somehow almost made the World Series. They lost to the Mariners in 5 games in the ALCS. All right, here we go. Now that the arbitration deadline has passed and the Athletics have room to make this trade, here's what we're doing. I have been obsessed with this player. He was the #1 overall pick in last year's draft. He's 21 years old. He's already an 81. Can he field? No. He's a straight up DH. But 73 contacts, 82 power, 82 clutch, 69 discipline. Nice. And 74 vision as a rookie. He's got 97 potential we saw when we were looking at the draft picks last year. If it wasn't for Robbie Johnson, he would have been the best prospect in the draft. Is it unrealistic for them to trade him immediately? Maybe. But this is my franchise, and here's my justification. The Athletics are terrible. And although Adrian Esquivel can step in and play today, he's not going to do anything for him. So we're going to take him, and we're going to take this guy Cam Freeland, who's not ready to play yet, but he's got B potential and has insane power compared to his contact, so possibly could develop into a power hitter at one time. And we're going to give them 3 insane prospects. We're going to give them Vernon Rodriguez, who We drafted it with our first round pick. He's got B potential. He's already a 75 overall at 18 years old. 74-65 contact, 70-50 power, 78 clutch, 75 speed. He's actually really good, and I'm kind of regretting this already. No. We're still going through with it. We're also giving them Bucky Irizarry, who we got from the Angels in the Jose Ramirez trade. He was a former first-round pick, top 10 pick, I'm pretty sure, and he's just about ready to play. I mean, 45, 51, 68, 63. He can play either this year or next for them, and he can develop into a really good player. And we're also giving them Frederick Light, who was our second-round pick this year. 18 years old, already 75 as a pitcher. He's going to come in and be their second best starting pitcher already. So I think we're giving them equal value. And if you don't think so, let me know in the comments below so I can tell you why you're wrong. We're doing this, and I'm getting Adrian Esquivel. Let's go. All right, interesting signing here. The Orioles are going to sign Alejandro Kirk. I mean, they've got Adley Rutschman under contract for at least one more season. Angels pick up Drew Rasmussen. The Cardinals pick up Ryan Mountcastle. Big energy there. Ooh, the Astros going to pick up Jonah Heim, staying in Texas, but moving to the cross-state rivals. Interesting. Winter meetings coming up. Hopefully, maybe some trade action going down. Oh, hello. The Nationals last year signed Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Josh Naylor for some reason. And now they're going to send Josh Naylor over to the Mariners for Ahmed Rosario and Dino Cruz, who is a good pitching prospect. Got B potential, but I think it's like high 80s. Winter meetings in full effect as the Dodgers completely rip off the Diamondbacks. Dodgers are going to get Ryan Helsley for Cooper Criswell and Logan Wagner. Wow. Garrett Crochet goes to the Athletics. Hey, they're building around that core that we gave them, right? All right, let's go to the draft lottery. The A's, speaking of which, projected to pick second, but they have an equal chance with the Reds and the Rockies for the number one pick. We do not have a chance to move up, so let's just go ahead and see what happens. Oh, the poor Athletics. They dropped 5 spots to number 7. The Cardinals, with a 1.1% chance at the number one pick, go all the way up to number 2 after finishing 81 and 81 last year. That's great for them. And the Giants, they finished 86 and 76 last year, move up to number 5. Wow. All right, the Yankees in full rebuild mode. They have sent Ian Hamilton to the Nationals for Trey Lipscomb and Michael Arroyo. Nationals might be going into a competing window here. David Peterson going to sign a 5-year deal with the Padres, our arch nemesis, and Tristan McKenzie moving from the Guardians to the Mets. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and go to the Rule 5 draft. I don't foresee us losing anybody or picking anybody here. None of these guys belong to us. That's nice. And I don't really, I mean, there's nobody that we're not at a point. Giancarlo Stanton. Look at that. We would have to take on his huge contract. I would probably pick him up if I wasn't going to be responsible for his contract. We're going to go ahead and skip. It'd be interesting to see if anybody picks Stanton up. Skip selection. No, nobody else is going to get picked here. That's going to be it for the Rule 5 draft this year. And another big trade goes down here. Greg Jones, Brandon Schaefer, and Mariano Benitez going to go from the Mariners to the Rangers in exchange for Tanner Scott. Wow. There's Yandy Diaz to the Tigers, which is interesting because Spencer Torkelson is really coming into his own now. Dustin May going to go to the Rangers. Nico Horner. Oh, dude, the Cubs absolutely fleeced the Rockies. They traded Nico Horner to the Rockies in a package for Nolan Jones at the deadline last year. And then they re-signed Nico to a 6-year deal. Unbelievable. Andres Jimenez going to the Padres for Bobby Emerson and the reigning World Series MVP, Dylan Head. Wow. All right, the Royals going to pick up a new closer in Pete Fairbanks here. We're really just kind of moving forward, hoping to see the resolution to free agency and our arbitration hearings. We pretty much have a full roster. So, I mean, we're pretty set here. All right, Patrick Sandoval moving from the Angels to the Tigers, replacing Tarek Skubal, who they lost, and Randy Arozarena headed to New York. All right, we're through the offseason. We are into spring training. We're going to go through spring training, play the last game, give you the highlights. Before we do that, I want you to see where we stand. So here is our lineup against righties. Christian Yelich back from injury, leading us off in left field. Bo Bichette at shortstop, batting second. William Contreras batting third at catcher. Adolis Garcia batting cleanup. Hideki Watanabe, the second-year first baseman, will be batting fifth. And then Adrian Esquivel, the rookie first baseman that we acquired from the A's, is going to be our DH at sixth. Super Sal Frelick batting seventh in center field. Michael Garcia at third base batting eighth. And Jackson Chourio will be starting at second base to start the year because that's where he fits in. And he does have second base and shortstop as secondaries. So, yeah, that's where he's going to start against righties. And then against lefties, Michael Garcia will be leading us off at third base with Bo Bichette at second, or batting second. At short, William Contreras third. Adrian Esquivel batting cleanup. Adolis Garcia batting fifth. Christian Yelich batting sixth. Edmundo Sosa is going to be starting at second base against lefties, batting seventh. Hideki Watanabe eighth. And then Jackson Chourio in center field against lefties, batting ninth. Our pitching rotation, the cream of the crop: Dylan Cease, reigning Cy Young Award winner; Logan Gilbert. Trevor Rogers moves out of the bullpen back to the rotation for the first time in, well, he started a few games for us with an injury last year, but he hasn't been in a regular part of a rotation since 2023, and we're in 2027. Edward Cabrera here, and then Aaron Ashby rounding it out. We are going to have Johan Oviedo. When all is said and done, the people who will end up on our roster will probably be Johan Oviedo, Jordan Romano, Carlos Hernandez, Matt Strahm, Jermaine Benton, Ben Joyce, Abner Uribe, Genesis Cabrera. I don't know how many that was, but I want all those people on my team. Some people could go up or down based on their spring training performance. Who knows? So let's get through it. Our last game of spring training is against the Rockies, same as last year. It seems like it would be boring, but they actually have a lot of top prospects because they've been picking high in the draft. So that's pretty cool. We'll see you there. Well, in up and down spring so far, we're 15-13, and spring training record doesn't really matter that much. What really matters is how people on our team are doing. So let's go ahead and take a look really quickly. First at the position players, Edmundo Sosa doing okay. I mean, he's a platoon guy, so I don't really know what his splits have been. I can't really judge him one way or the other. Does have perfect fielding percentage, which is nice. William Contreras struggled a little bit. We don't love to see that. We do not want to see our boy Willie Contreras decline. He still has this year and 2 more years left on his contract, so he needs to step up. Hideki Watanabe, though, 743 OPS. That's pretty dope. Has 3 home runs. Michael Garcia, not that great. Sal Frelick did pretty well. Adrian Esquivel, 4 home runs, batting .257. Dude, future GOAT right here, I'm telling you. Albert Pujols, Adrian Gonzalez-esque. Oh, man. Jeremy De La Rosa kind of struggled in minimal at-bats. Bo Bichette did okay. Christian Yelich did really well, man. He's back again. Please don't get hurt again, bro. Akil Baddoo, really well. When his contract expires after this year, we're going to have to let him walk. He's earned a starting position on a team. Adolis Garcia, 5 home runs, which is nice. Plugging .474, but only hitting .205 this spring. That's pretty concerning. Jackson Chourio batting .315, 859 OPS. He's leading the league in something. I don't know. MJ Melendez has a good spring. So nobody really stood out super strong in the spring as far as earning a spot on the roster that I didn't expect to make it. Jason Hayward's going to be in AAA. Don't worry about that. As far as pitchers go, Logan Gilbert looks like he had the best spring of anybody with a .81 whip. Trevor Rogers did pretty well. Back in the rotation. All of our starters did pretty well. Love to see that. Jermaine Benton does well. Asa Lacy does pretty well. The rookie still looking to make his debut. Scotty Morgan hasn't gotten any play, which is a little disappointing. We did sign the Rogers twins just to sit in AAA. They're twins, right? Or brothers? Gotta be, bro. Gotta be. And Mizrowski hasn't gotten any play. He really hasn't developed that well, which is kind of disappointing. He hasn't... I mean, he's made his MLB debut, but I mean, he hasn't been back since. All right. Here we go. Final game of 2027 Spring Training Cactus League. It'll be the Milwaukee Brewers against the Colorado Rockies. We're giving Asa Lacy the start today. We'll let him go a couple innings and see how he does. We'll give everybody in our starting lineup at least one at bat and then start replacing some of them. We're going to go up against Casey Mize this game. We'll make sure you see all the action. Get up, ball. Yeah, there we go. That ball's going to bounce over Chris Bryant. I can't believe Chris Bryant is still playing. That's a ground rule double for Bo Bichette. Oh, we'll take it. Run, Willie, run. RBI double for William Contreras here. Oopsies. Well, Casey Mize gets out of that one, but we are able to get an RBI double on a terribly late swing from William Contreras. He didn't even know where it went. Hey, it wasn't nothing, though. Nice swing there by Adrian Esquivel. That's my first swing with him. It felt good, but he's going to get out. He's a skinny fella, but we'll bulk him up as the years go, for sure. There's Mitch Mora, first-round pick for the Rockies this year. Nice! Super Sal Frelick! Attaboy. That's going to be a one-out single here in the second. Oh, yeah. Steal attempt from Super Sal is going to be good. Got a 2-1 count here for Churio with 2 outs. Get through there. Oh, no. Unable to get a run. Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. There's an error on the play, and we're going to have runners on the corners here. Attaboy, Yelly. Let's go. We take advantage of the error. We're going to send Churio home here, and that will be a 2 RBI double. Welcome back, Christian Yelich. We missed you, bud. Come on, Bo. Drop ball. Attaboy. Hey, it feels good to not have Kyle Isbell out there catching everything like he did when we last played in the NLCS. Little 2-out rally going based off of the error from Mitch Mora earlier in the inning. Oh, MJ Melendez is going to come up here. I forgot that I replaced Contreras already. He has nothing to prove. We got one at bat in with him. Oh, man, what a pitch. We're going to take strike 3 there. Yikes. Hey, though, we got an error on that Jackson Churio ground ball, and we ended up taking advantage of it. Yelich and Bichette with the RBIs, baby. There you go, Adrian Esquivel. That's going to be our first base hit with the guy. I'm telling you, man, the future GOAT. Bah. Go, ball. Super Sal Frelick. You better fly. Off the foul pole. It's Super Sal. And let me tell you something. Casey Mize is an Auburn boy, and I love him to death. War Damn Eagle. But we're hitting the piss out of the ball on him right now. Let's go, baby. Our new manager, Mark Kotze, is lit. 6-0 Milwaukee here in the third. Oh, ground ball up the middle there. Mizrowski unable to glove it. That's the first hit of the game for what is a AAA lineup at best for the Rockies. Oh, broken bat for Jonathan India, who is their best hitter, by the way. Churio able to get it over to the shortstop Bichette, but India will be safe. Oh, El Harris Montero hits this one to left center field. It's gonna get all the way to the wall. The runner will score from first, and the Rockies are on the board. Not a good inning for Jacob Mizrowski here. Let's see if he can get out of it. Uh-oh, Chris Bryant hits that one to left center field. That's his first base hit in 3 years. Not really, but you believed me, didn't you? There's a ground ball. Ortiz able to field it, and we're going to get out of this one. I'm pulling Mizrowski. I've seen all I need to see. There you go. Hideki Watanabe 0 for 2 today, but now he's finally going to get on the board with a base hit with 2 outs in the 5th, bringing up Adrian Esquivel. Hey, I need a nickname for Adrian Esquivel. Somebody drop it in the comments. He is, oh man, I think he's from Venezuela. I'll have to check. Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Go, ball! Oh, to the warning track. Middle of the year this year, he'll have the power where that ball will clear. I promise you that. Woo! That was close. Oh, yeah. Scotty Morgan found himself in a little bit of trouble, but he's going to get out of it with a pop out and a walk. Nice inning for the left-handed reliever. Did I say a pop up and a walk? I'm going to pop up in a double play. I mean, I'll take that. That's a leadoff single for Jeremy De La Rosa. De La Rosa, another one of those guys that, kind of like Mizorowski, looked like a prodigy. He was going to develop really quickly, and he's kind of plateaued. Same with Brock Wilken, too, honestly. Okay. Eric Brown Jr. Hey, man, he's another guy. He's like 27 and still hasn't debuted. He actually had C potential when we started the franchise, but he went up to B potential sometime last year. Ooh, hey, I want to put Jefferson Caro in here. Oh, Daddy! Edmundo Sosa! Welcome to the team! Pinch hit him for Hideki Watanabe against the lefty, and my goodness, we ain't mad at that at all. 105 off the bat, 431. Let's take one more look at it. I mean, Kyle Freeland served it up, and Edmundo Sosa said, hello, I'm here too. Nice, good swing, Jason Hayward, the ageless wonder. All right, fast forward here to the 9th, and the newly acquired Ben Joyce is in to close it out. And it's 2-2 here. There it is, ground ball. Eric Brown gonna field it, and that will be the game. We're gonna take an 8-2 victory here in spring training. What a great way to finish spring training. Give us some confidence headed into the regular season. Sal Frelick, your player of the game. 2 for 2 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Edmundo Sosa added a home run. Bo Bichette, 2 for 2 with a double and an RBI. And Christian Yelich with a double and 2 RBIs. Asa Lacy picks up the win here. All right, we're running into a little bit of a roster management mishap. It's on me. It's on me when we're trying to set our roster for opening day. So basically, we've got some folks that have run out of minor league options, and we got to put them on waivers or trade them, basically, and unless we think they're going to clear waivers. So like Victor Medeiros, I think he'll clear waivers. I'm fine sending him down, but there's a few. Carlos Hernandez, I don't feel confident in him clearing waivers, and I wanted to send him down. Jefferson Caro, I didn't feel confident in him clearing waivers, so we're going to keep him as a backup catcher. We moved MJ Melendez back to left field, and Andy Pajes will start in AAA. But then the two main ones, Joey Ortiz, my guy, he started, 240 games for us across our dynasty, but he didn't play for us at all last year, and he's out of options. Not sure he'll clear waivers. Same with Brock Wilken. Brock Wilken's been on our 40-man, hasn't really developed like we thought he might, and now we might lose him if we put him on waivers. He hasn't made his debut yet, so we're going to try and cook up some kind of trade. I'm not really, maybe like for a prospect and a reliever. I don't really know. All right, we are all the way locked in. We're going to send Brock Wilken, Carlos Hernandez, and Jeremy De La Rosa. We decided to keep Joey Ortiz as a backup infielder on the Major League roster for now. Loyalty. We're going to trade those three. De La Rosa not really developing as well as we would hope, but still could develop into a serviceable player for the Rockies. We're going to get, the prize of the trade is relief pitcher Chris Gonzalez, 21 years old, B potential, 75 overall, lefty with a running fastball. That's something I don't have. And then we're also going to get Herman Meadows, a B potential, 21-year-old, 54 overall catcher from Australia. And then we are also going to get Victor Scott, who hopefully we can just stash in AAA. to work on his hitting and stuff, but really call him up when we expand the rosters in September, and maybe for the playoff roster as well, for his fielding and incredible speed. All right, the roster is fully set and looking good based on those position rankings. We're ready to advance to the regular season. 2027 is our year. We were one run away from the World Series last year. We retooled a bit, kind of went back to our identity, kind of extended our window a little bit. I think this team is going to have better chemistry. We've definitely got better fielding, and we're ready for opening day. Hey, that's it for this video, but next video we will knock out 2027 opening day and then dive straight into the season. So hey, I appreciate y'all as always. If you really enjoyed the content, leave me a comment down below. Adrian Esquivel is from Illinois, by the way. So help me come up with a nickname for him. Drop it in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications. Appreciate you very much. See you next time. Peace out.